Dear viewers, we normally use voice for speaking, but what is it when voice is used in a profession? We know of singing, communicating and voiceovers. I have with me today a guest who has been using his voice for communicating, not just with voiceovers, but also emceeing and other things. To speak about all that and more, I have with me today Justin Jacob. Warm welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So when did you realize that you had a good voice and you could speak and make money with it?
It was quite by accident. Over a period of time, I'd always have people who come up to me and say, "Oh, you sound good, and I think you should comp here or MC." There was a time when I had no idea what that word, stood for. But I think the turning point was when I was in college. It was my first year, and the college was hosting our annual cultural event. And we had a small segment towards the end of the last day where the college put together a small program sort of to say thank you. And it was then, I was associated with the fashion industry before that in a small way. And so everyone in college knew this about me and said, okay, the fashion show is your baby and handle it. So everything was taken care of, and then finally we had the scripting to be done and the voiceover, so to speak. And that was the very first time I actually got behind the mic. And I have to be very honest with you, when I first actually started speaking, within the first few seconds, I kind of stopped in my head and said, hey, wait a minute, I think there's something here. And so that's really when it kind of started.
Okay, how did you feel when you heard your own voice?
Going back,
sense,
back in school, I was a very shy.
Magnified, and people were responding
to it.
Exactly.
See, one of the first things people have to encounter when you speak on a mic or hear yourself is you're not used to hearing yourself that way.
Okay. You sound different.
You sound very different, and sometimes you get conscious about it. But here, for some reasons, I don't know. It was almost like it was destiny. For some reasons, everything was.
You started liking
it. Yeah, sounded right. It sounded okay. And that's when I kind of said, yes, this seems to be something here.
Okay. But to be able to put your voice to use, it's not just about the sound of your voice, it's also a lot of other things.
True.
It's from your language to your accent to the way you put the expression in your voice to everything.
Very true.
To be able to put all these things together for a professional purpose is a different thing altogether.
It is. The learning process was slow. Over a period of time you make mistakes, sometimes very expensive mistakes, and but then when I kind of knew this was something that I would, even if it wasn't full time, this was something that I would be doing, and I believe doing anything that I take up, I believe in doing it right. So then I started taking notes as to what does this industry represent, and where I fit into it. And it wasn't about climbing right to the top and being #1, but then I knew that would eventually happen if I got the basics right.
Okay, but did you really start asking?
I don't collect cars.
Okay, but you like cars.
Yeah, as any normal guy out there.
Okay.
Cars, bikes.
But I thought people can give you an old shred of pottery to you and say that this is an antique piece and make you happy instead of paying you.
No. But yes, antiques are something that I've always been fascinated by, and not antiques per se, but just anything that's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
That has an ethnic.
Yes, I come from the creative industry, and so I have that lineage.
It was very interesting and nice talking to you, Justin Jacob. Thank you very much for having come to the show.
Thank you so much, Steve.